I'm not sure how this is going to work because, going live directly from your iPhone without the stream, it takes away from the effects in the audio. So, I'm just going to hope that y'all can hear me sufficiently. I'm just sitting here, I have a couple of objects. Of course, I have my ankh. And I have a nice raw piece of citrine that I have been communicating with, let's just say. And of course, I have my cards. And I don't know, I'm just feeling the sisterhood and the brotherhood of humanity. I just feel like, I run into good people. I haven't run into any bad people in a while, and I hope I don't. I hope the spiritual protection that I have over me, above me, below me, on me, in me, around me, total coverage. As a matter of fact, that is the name of this. Total coverage. Do you have total coverage? Or are you a liability? That's what this little talk, it seems to be moving in that direction. Pin, 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 pen, 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 come out. I know you're over here somewhere. I'm hiding behind my zucchini bread. Anyways. Pen. What's your coverage looking like out there? That's the name of this, guys. Don't let me forget. Coverage. What's your coverage looking like? Is your coverage, you got, let's see this, full coverage, and they got levels of full coverage too, honey. Because my coverage covers other people that's there on the scene of any type of accident that could happen. That's right. My insurance don't just cover me, honey. It covers head to toe. But my insurance covers, that's a lot. So we ain't going to say those are cards we're going to talk about. We got about 20 cards with that. But yes, levels of coverage. You've got to, Spirit's telling me to have a few people ramp up on your coverage. That is all type of coverage. But I was talking about having a kind of coverage that not only covers you, it covers those around you. Where is my fireworks? Anytime I do this, that means, roar, hey, ha, 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 she said something very important. Okay? Coverage. See, when you're riding with me, you covered too, child. Big time, big time. That's what I'm talking about. This message is about your coverage. What kind of coverage you got? You just got, you as a liability, and you barely got coverage, and everybody around you is on their own. But I'm talking about the kind of coverage that you need. Okay, let me just use myself as an example. My coverage don't just cover me. When you around me and with me, my coverage covers you as well. Now that's some high level coverage, ain't it? Absolutely. Now, they got some coverage out there that covers you, whoever's with you, and if you were to have an accident while y'all was together, it covers the other people too. Absolutely. Now, this coverage not only covers you and the people around you, but it also covers those you might get into a little accident with. But we talking about having, uh-oh, that one wanted to show her face. She wanted to be seen on live, so we're going to put her up there. The Page of Swords, okay? I think this has to do with coverage. I think she got a little coverage going on there, big time. So this message is coming through about your coverage. What kind of coverage you got, okay? Uh-oh, this one wanted to come out. Seven of Pentacles. Somebody out there rocking with full coverage. I done told you about the full coverage. This is the message. 100% coverage is what we're talking about. Okay. And she's growing her coverage. Her coverage actually grows on trees. Let's keep going. Okay. So, in spiritual talking, there are levels of coverage. And spiritual beings are charged with putting a lot of time into their spiritual coverage because they come into contact with all kinds of beings. So your spiritual coverage is most important now. And then it's even more important if you were to call yourself an oracle or a leader or a king, queen, or a goddess. Six of Cups. That's a lot of coverage. When your cups runneth over and they're full and you've got more than one and you just keep adding on more cups. He's sharing. He's got so many cups. He can share. I think I said that earlier when I got the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles said, don't even worry about it. What's the value is in your consciousness. That's how you create. Okay, see, she flipped over. She flipped over, so I got to pull her out. The Empress. Okay? We're talking about coverage here. It looks like she's confident and covered. When you're not covered, you don't look like this. And you don't get to call yourself the Empress when your coverage is not right. So, again, in spirituality, there is levels of coverage. There are those that have to put time into the spiritual life, which increases your coverage. And then you get to have coverage on different levels. Now, again, when you reach full coverage, not only do you cover yourself, you have covered those around you. And just imagine this. You're covered. Your family's covered. Then your neighborhood is covered, you know, and then your little community becomes covered. If you care. If you care about sharing your coverage. Because a lot of people are selfish and they just pray for themselves. There could be famine and death and murder over there, but they thank God it didn't come to them. And then they didn't go to the rescue of another. That, my friends, should make you think. When you are covered and you know you're covered, you don't have a problem helping others. And when you become an empress and you have all these cups and you're like a warrior, and then, you know, you're abundant in what you do. Become abundant when you're powerful because you know what your coverage looks like. And then people around you, they even start to feel safe when you're around. Oh, you see that one? Okay, it just really wanted to come out of the deck, so we have to honor that. Again, we're talking about coverage here. 8 of Cups. I thought it said 6, but we've now have 8 of Cups. There was the 6 of Cups. We got that already. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. On your journey filled with cups. Looks like it's evening, but the sun is shining. They have the mountains, and then they're walking on a journey with the staff there and many cups. That means, doesn't look like anyone's with this person. They're on the journey by themselves. But have no fear, because your coverage is where it's supposed to be, right? You got full coverage, so you can move forward, even if it's by yourself. You're always going to run into those that need assistance. Trust me, you don't even have to look that far. If you step out your door and perhaps jump off the porch. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Ah, they're waiting. The hanged ones. Just like if you jumped off the porch, as I said. They're out there. The beings. The beings that need assistance. The hanged ones. Which is why your coverage, again, is where it needs to be. Now, if it's not, we're going to talk about how to get it there. We're not just going to leave you hanging, because the goddess doesn't do stuff like that. And this is the last card, whatever comes out, because it will be the 7th one. And so, yeah, we're talking about your spiritual coverage. And when it's right, you're covering not just yourself. You are covered. Your family is covered. There's just like a whole bunch. That's too many. But here we go. Again, 3 of Cups, last card. We're going to take it like that because we've been very fortunate. We've had the 6 of Cups, the 8 of Cups. We have the 3 of Cups. We've had the 7 of Pentacles. We've had the Page of Swords. You know, jump off the porch. Here we go. Jump off the porch. They're waiting. Now, if your coverage isn't full, you're probably weary and scared about jumping off the porch, getting involved with the hanged ones. They might have some sort of fear that they, threat that they pose out there. And I want you to understand that your coverage is all you need to move forward for the good fight, no matter what. Don't stand for the manipulation. That's what they're supposed to do. The hanged ones. Which is why you've been given a sword. Even though you're covered, you still have to move with the sword. Because doing the right thing nowadays is the challenge. You could always be a clown, a derelict, an outcast, an idiot, the one that everyone expects nothing from. There are those. But no, when you have full coverage, you are out here to heal humanity and move forward. You heal, bang, zoom, and you keep it moving. Because don't forget, you have to retreat to your lair so that you can do this. Yeah, the suspicion is rampant right now. Which is why we're talking about ramping up on your protection. Protection. There's layers. Now, there's something called an aura, and there's something called holes in your aura. And what you can do is get to yourself. Oh, yes, you can have holes in your aura, and it comes from bombardment of negative energy. Now, because you have protection, they didn't say it was imperishable. You have to keep it. There's as many holes as there can be. Like I said, the holes come from being bombarded with negativity. You will know where there's a hole because you will react just like the negative person, and you'll probably get into an argument, so to speak. That means that there's a hole in your aura because remember, we're healers. Yes. And that's how it is. Sean, not sure what you're talking about. Whatever thing you're talking about, if I were you, I would be worried about your protection. Like I said, it's time to ramp up. Do you have your sword? I bet you think this is a physical sword because you see her holding it. What we're talking about is spiritual protection. This talk is for those that care about their spiritual protection. As I said, one can spend their time advancing and being a derelict. We have idiots and assholes in the world, and all they do is go around and try to poke holes in people's aura so that they can siphon their energy through the hole. And we would actually call them bots. So welcome to my YouTube channel. But in spite of it all, I'm going to give you an example of how being fully protected in your coverage looks like. I'm not going to kick you off of my channel, and I'm not going to be like you at all. What I'm going to do is toss up with the Three of Cups and be thankful that I can even see a derelict like you come on this live. And have the consciousness to know that you're a bot instead of a person that's willing to ramp up their spiritual protection and take this message seriously. Those are the ones that need healing. You were talking about the hanged ones. They're everywhere. But I'm stronger than that. I want to see you healed. I shall not smite you with the sword, but I will share my wisdom with you because I have plenty of it. This is how you have to deal with negativity. Use your mind. She doesn't look bothered, the Empress. She knows that trouble shall come, trials and tribulations, but there is a reason for these things. Those that experience the hardships in life, some of them grow. Some get angry and lash out at the world. Yeah, those people, they're going down, down, down as we speak. I want you to continue to water your consciousness. Read, learn, do different things. Try chair yoga. Chair yoga. Just start with that. You don't have to become a gymnast or anything, but just try chair yoga. Even people that have medical issues going on, chair yoga is something you can try because it moves your energy through your body. Those that are diabetic and whatnot, and those that maybe have more weight than others, definitely try chair yoga. Chair yoga moves the energy through your body. You could still have a Kundalini experience. You can still. But also drinking a lot of water. Drinking a lot of water. Because right now, the moon has a lot of influence over our bodies, just like the sun. But there's a lot of people that are experiencing feet swelling and all type of swelling of the body parts and whatnot. And they say, oh, I'm trying, I'm detoxing and this, that, and the other, and I'm still experiencing these things. It is because Earth is experiencing a lot of extra things moving through the cosmos at this time. And take extra. Do whatever you used to do, turn that up a bit more. Water it means to ramp up your protection. And as you have this water and as you have these thoughts or whatever, get yourself some tuning forks. I left mine upstairs and I'm not going to run up there and get them, but tuning forks are a tool that you can use to quickly tune your energy and get yourself in some sort of balance, especially if you experience anxiety, depression. Lots of people are anxious and depressed, and they're walking around as if they were normal, or as if what they were going through was a normal thing. And I want to talk to those that think they're extra normal and you're experiencing things that you're keeping to yourself that are happening to you, and you don't want to talk about it. You want to know what it is. Well, it's nothing out of the ordinary except for it is the time for our bodies to molecularly get tune-ups. There's nothing you could do. There's also nothing that the sky spray chemtrails can do. I'm in an area that's heavily sprayed, which tells you at night there are many celestial happenings going on. Oh my. They are trying to cover up what you could actually see if they would leave the skies alone and not spray for, say, 30 days or so. You would be of wonder what you would see. Perhaps a winged woman or such. Perhaps you could see her clearly. But always remain a king and a queen. Just as I picked up the deck again, I just was curious and I go with the flow again. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. She is the goddess, the mother of all the pentacles. This is my gift to you. Today, what should you drink for hair growth? Now, hair growth, you would drink beet juice because you have to have your blood in a good, cleanse it out. I'm working with this also for hair. Liver and kidneys is hair growth. The dandelion is wonderful. It's that we are bombarded with such negative toxins every day. We need to continuously do some detoxing, Make your teas be tools I have this stuff called milk thistle. This works for your liver, right? YouTube will probably kick me off for saying that, but you could Google it and find it's true. Milk thistle. It also comes in, whoops, sorry. I was holding my phone up with this, but it comes in a tea bag form. Okay, milk thistle. So what you want to do, thank you so much for your donation, Mr. Rip Van Winkle. Yes. Woo. This is so wonderful. I appreciate you. Much love and light. So this, I was about to just give out this to everyone. Yes, beet juice. And beet juice, it kind of tastes okay, but you can mix it with, they have this really great, it's pineapple cranberry, and it's from Ocean Spray. I could just drink that forever. So tasty. But you get your beet juice, and if you buy the beet juice already done, it's probably tasty that way. But if you make it, which I suggest, you get yourself some beets, and you could get the canned beets or the jarred beets, right? And you can blend them. And then once you blend it, you put your juice in, and you blend that, and you strain it, and then you drink up. That is a good drink, let me tell you. The ones that take time to make, of course. I'm going to start, because I'm like a juice connoisseur, I'm going to start like sharing different combinations. But for beet juice, I just drank like a whole, I made myself 6 containers, and I drank one a day. And that's how I got my blood together, because iron seems to be leaving quite quickly now. So yes, yeah, try it fresh. That's always the best way. Fresh is always the best way. So I was saying, I want to leave the Ace of Pentacles, because this is a blessing to be able, you know, to grow them. And it's definitely time to love yourself. It doesn't matter what condition you're in. You're still worth detoxing, exercising. Trying the chair yoga is also good. You know, just movement. Movement, period. I go walking in parks and whatnot. I like to walk, and I have a nice bike that I saved up and got myself a custom chair that was comfortable so I could ride longer. And so I go bike riding. I suffer with what they call, I guess it's tendinitis. And so when you're stretching, your bones and stuff really hurt. So I do a lot of things that soothe the joints, so to speak. I do a lot of baths with Epsom salt, and you can do wonders with the lavender, eucalyptus. It doesn't matter if you're a guy. Guys need lavender and eucalyptus as well, you know. So when you're taking care of yourself, you have to just do it. And the people that you're around should be doing the same thing. And they can feel the energy come from you. And this is how we don't necessarily have to go around selling our beliefs to anyone and whatnot. You let it flow. Thanks so much. I try. But let it flow, and it will happen. You meet those that are like-minded is the best thing. But always keep your protection. Part of your full coverage is being healthy in your body as much as possible. I must admit, on the 4th of July will be my complete year of no smoking. Done. So, cold turkey as well. You know why? I actually used subliminal things, because your mind learns actually by signs and symbols. Things we remember. Thank you. And I wanted to share with others that most smokers are guilty. They know that they should be quitting, but they're not up for the challenge, or whatever excuse that they use. They're going through stress and And I must admit, it does have the capacity to get you through some heavily stressful times, but not in the consciousness that you will keep it around forever. It's there for a moment. But, you know, with the chemtrails and everything, you certainly don't need that. And you can do it, you know. What I would do is get your cigarette pack and put a big red X on it and a circle. Everyone knows that symbol is, ooh, stay away, right? And just keep looking at it. Just put the pack somewhere where you will see it in your travels through your home or whatever, and your mind is taking pictures of this. And each time you look at it, you're like, oh, I hate that cigarettes. And yeah, that means, you know, each time. Continue to do your little cigarette ritual, because that's what it is. Anything you do over and over is a ritual. And eventually you will grow to actually hate it. And you will cut down your smoking. You will even find yourself chucking the whole darn thing after a couple of puffs. And then, yes, you keep on doing it. And if you keep on doing that pattern for 30 days, you can definitely quit. Because at the end of that pack, what is it? 28 cigarettes or whatever, depending on how many. At the end of that pack, you know that this is it. And physically, you are ready. Mentally, you are ready. And you try it from there. And if you fail, you keep on trying it, you know. But don't be afraid to suffer. The cringes will come and you will cringe and you will shake and you will go, ah. And it only lasts for less than a minute, you know. Couple of 10 seconds of pure terror, but you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And remember, the prize at the end is always waiting for you. I feel great. I can yell and scream as loud as I possibly can. I love podcasting and speaking and whatnot, and so I have to keep my voice together. And you have to do what you have to do. So we're here to share. This is one of the greatest cards that we picked, was showing abundance and then sharing. I really appreciate my gifts. Absolutely. And may your blessings return to you 1,000-fold. For sure. You know, I don't take it light when someone gives, because that shows that compassion is apparent, support is in the consciousness, and that's a wonderful thing. Giving makes us feel good as well, you know. I actually feel great that I went ahead and did this, because I received the message and then I said, let me share. And then when I got here, I said, no, let's just let the spirit, is that the message for the people, or is there a different one? And then we came up with the full coverage thing. And that is, it's really serious right now, because I was just saying before, I feel like something is coming. You know, we all know this year is really important to some, politically and whatnot. I just want everybody to be safe, you know. Take extra precautions about your safety, and always listen to your intuition. Oh, I'm going to put this on. Intuition says wear red. Listen to it if you can, you know, because your higher self is there for a reason. I know that we give our, what do you want to call it? We give our divinity to others, or we say it's because of them that we have the gifts that we have. And I'm talking about figures, Jesus, Allah, this, that, whatever you have. And to each his own is great, but never lose sight of your own power, right? Because we can pretend that none of those things exist. But who are you now is the question. So if you can put all the different things that make you meaningful down and become meaningful just because you are, because you exist, and the I am is because you are, is enough. It's just enough, you know? And so we are moving towards world peace. It looks rather slow to some, but I really do see this as something to come. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate your compliments. Sometimes I get a little tongue-tied and I'm digging in my glossary dictionary in my head trying to figure out a word, the appropriate word to say. But yeah, definitely take care of yourselves. Be protective of your children. If your mind says, don't let them go on the school bus today, I'm going to ride them there myself. Listen to it. You think we will have world peace. Well, what I think it will look like is more consciously, then it will manifest physically. We are definitely moving towards a humanity love consciousness. There is. I have experienced it. There are many groups. Some are angry and mad and I get it. I certainly get it, because some aspects of world peace is an emergency, like those that are currently killing. That absolutely needs to stop. Like, I couldn't be a empress, without wanting the best for myself and others. And I don't think we can achieve that justly through war. You can achieve it through war, but it's not just. And so it's not really natural. It's when you have to force things. And so I kind of stay away from that, As a parent, you find yourself doing that because you think you know what's best for your kid. And basically you do. But when they become older or whatever, they do deserve their own opinion, so. As that may sound, I did have to learn that. I have 3. The oldest is 33, youngest 25. So, yeah. I made it, you guys. They didn't get me because I had my citrine. And I said, hold on, wait a second before I make that decision. I'm known to retreat into my quiet place before I make a decision. I don't care what it is. I might be confused about what I need to buy. I'm going to take my time. Oh, yeah, I'll retreat in a minute. I don't like to be forced into an answer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, no, I've been around this journey of life, let me tell you. But I love the young people. I love my young people. I love all people. I love all people, really. It's, yeah, I've just come to that consciousness because I know that everybody has their thing, every culture has their thing, and everybody wants to be the best of the best, I kind of laugh at that. I just want to grow, to be allowed the opportunity to grow as much as I can grow. But let's face it, in this world, there are those that don't want to see you grow past a little seedling, of such, yeah, I definitely was born in America, New York City to be exact. You know, but I'm international. I like love the world. You know, I um I love America, but I also love the world too, and I indulge in other cultures. Like I really love other kinds of music and stuff like that, and I've always taught my children that way. So I have a son that went to Japan to live for 3 years. He worked there just before the pandemic. He was working there and living there. And he loved it. He loved it for 3 years. And then he came back home. And then he's probably about to be off somewhere else. He'll call me and let me know. They are doing quite well for themselves. I've actually made them all get like high paying careers. That's what they got going on. So I'm good. They don't look like they're coming back home no time soon. But yeah, my children are also, they love, you know, international thinking is this family for sure. Yeah, so I think